Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the feud between Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul because this has been hilarious to watch and it's probably some of the best trolling and promotion for a fight I've ever seen. And this just all proves how much people despise Logan Paul. Like the fact that Dylan Dennis, who doesn't have the best reputation himself, can go after Logan's fiance and still Logan is the villain here and people are supporting what Dylan is doing and nobody really cares to defend Logan. Well, a few people have, but I think they've only made things worse. I'll get to that later. But in case you're not familiar with what's going on here, last month Logan got engaged to the Sports Illustrated model and he announced it on social media and he made a video about it and he had her on his podcast, which was a bad idea in hindsight. He probably should have waited a little bit because then earlier this month it was announced that he was going to fight Dylan Dennis, and this engagement has given Dylan all the ammo in the world because the amount of pictures you could find of Logan's fiance with other men at this point just seems endless. Like Dylan has been posting these non-stop for around a week at this point, and it seems like she's taking a picture with pretty much any celebrity you could think of, or really anybody you could think of. And some of these are a lot worse than others. You know, some you could tell are probably just like a picture with a fan or something, but some are pretty bad and probably the last thing that Logan wants to see right now. I mean, this is the last thing any guy wants to be reminded of, and now this has been trending on social media basically nonstop for a week now. But you know who's really enjoyed this? Adam22. You know, right when Logan announced his engagement, he said, let her sleep with another dude. So that's aged well. And then Adam put out a TikTok talking about how Logan should be proud of his girl for being with Ja Rule. And he said the more guys she's been with, the better. And that's kind of how the defense has gone. You know, everybody that's tried to defend Logan has basically just made it worse. Like also Rice Gum, he started like doing math and trying to figure out how many guys she's been with each year. And his conclusion is basically she's old. So what do you expect?
She's 31. Let's say she went to LA at the age of 20, right? So that's 11 years, right? And like some relationships might last a year, some might last 6 months. So let's say she's banging 2 dudes per year. It's not crazy, bro. 6 months from 20 to 31, that's 11 years. So that's like 22. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's normal, Chad. Is that normal? Man, yo, people just crucifying, bro. But it's like people saying it's karma. Shit, I don't even know, bro. Homie doing the math. No, I'm just letting y'all know, bro. It's like she's old, you know.
And then also there's this girl who chimed in, Alyssa Violet, who I'm not really sure who she is, but now I know she just hooked up with both the Paul brothers. She responded to Dylan and said, dude, this is effed up. Are you okay? And Dylan responded and said, dude, this is effed up. Are you okay? And it's an article and the headline says, Alyssa Violet claims she's hooked up with ex Jake Paul's brother, Logan. So the people trying to defend Logan's fiance are not helping at all, especially that last one. I mean, that probably just made things worse because Dylan is prepared with these responses. Like also this OnlyFans model tried to call him out and he responded and said, at least I don't sell my a-hole pics for $8.99 to virgin minors to make a living. So it is not going well for Logan's defense team, probably because the only people defending him are like the last people you'd want to defend you. Like also Adam22's wife chimed in and she said big loser energy about Dylan, but then somebody responded to her and ratioed her like crazy. This got 50,000 likes. They said a corn star who cheats on her husband calling someone a loser, and that's pretty much how it's gone for the most part. You know, somebody calling him out and then people responding being like, well, look what you're up to. And it's crazy because Logan has been mostly silent with all this. Like he has no response. He's just getting destroyed. And like I said, most people defending him aren't making it much better. And the people that would normally like call out Dylan's behavior, like call him out for being misogynistic or whatever, are probably just staying silent because they hate Logan more than they hate what Dylan's doing. So they're probably just thinking, you know what, let's let this play out and see what happens. And also this girl should have been prepared for this. Like if you plan on marrying Logan Paul, obviously a lot of controversy is going to come with that. You know, Logan still hasn't paid anybody back for that crypto scam, and he's trying to make $1 million bet with Conor McGregor. And Dylan called him out for it. He said, bro has the money to bet $1 million, but can't pay off the people he scammed. That's crazy. And this kind of backfired on Dylan because the community notes corrected him. They said, Dylan has also scammed his own audience on several occasions and was exposed by CoffeeZilla, the same person who exposed Logan Paul. But again, at this point, it's like picking the lesser of two evils. And most people despise Logan Paul, and most people don't really know who Dylan Dennis is. And, you know, if they're both terrible people, then this is a great matchup here. Like, these two going after each other sounds awesome. And things are only going to get worse from here. Like, I think the press conference is tomorrow. And I would imagine at this point, Logan literally wants to kill this man. So that should be entertaining. And then also, Dylan claims he has another picture. And he said if he dropped it, it would end Logan's engagement. It would end the fight. And he might end up in jail for it. And also, Dylan's doing a press tour right now. He's going on a bunch of different podcasts and talking about this. So the lead up to this fight should be great, and this is probably one of the most hyped up events in a while. So it's just perfect that Logan announced his engagement before the fight. But I think it's funny because, you know, Logan's always talked about how he's a sapiosexual and how he's attracted to intellect.
He's motivated by different things than us when it comes to sex.
Would you say I'm like slightly sapiosexual?
Sapiosexual, yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It means you're turned on and like intrigued
intellect.
by intellect and intelligence.
Yeah, I really, bro, a smart girl. Yeah.
I mean,
And Logan's fiance doesn't strike me as the kind of person you'd be with for her intellect.
You get attention. That's what I like when people are like, how do you get so many followers and so many likes? I'm like, show a nipple.
Seriously.
Seriously.
That's what we all should do here to get
Just
this
like,
Cosmo
follow
life.
I don't think.
I sucked a dick in a football stadium full of people once.
And Dylan has been posting videos like that as well. And like I said, Logan really has no response to this. Like, the best he could do is this terribly Photoshop picture of Dylan making out with Conor McGregor. So this has not been going very well for him. And could you imagine if Logan gets knocked out during the fight? I mean, that might be the end of him. I don't know if there's any recovering from that. And already, I'm sure these pictures have had an effect on his relationship, obviously. Like, he's probably not happy about it, and she's probably pissed she's going through this. And I'm sure they're having a lot of arguments about it. And then if they ever break up, obviously everybody's going to point to this, and it's going to open a whole nother can of worms. So this is definitely causing a lot of problems for Logan. And Dylan claims that Logan sent him a cease and desist. So Logan's already had enough, and it just seems like he has no response at this point other than to take legal action. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. But let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments. Let me know if you think Dylan went too far. Let me know who you think's going to win the fight. And then make sure you go check out my Patreon account. There's a ton of content up there, probably over 40 videos at this point. I just posted one about the Tim Dillon Airbnb saga. That's a good one. And I have another one about the time Patton Oswalt apologized for taking a picture with Dave Chappelle. Then I have one about the downfall of Milo Yiannopoulos, Michael Richards, Kramer's infamous meltdown at the Laugh Factory, and just a ton of other stuff. So check it out. I'll put a link in the description. And then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.